Wow, thank you for the support on my last video. Well, I guess I better make another video. Oh, I know. Hi, and today I'm going to be talking about the top 5 worst and top 5 best Stikbot Show episodes. Now look, this is my opinion, and you can have your own opinions, but I think this list is fairly well done. Now, while making this video, I totally understand that each episode of the Stikbot Show took quite a while to make, and I want to take that into consideration while I'm making this. Now, while the animation took a while to make, I don't know so much about the writing or voice acting. But I will be talking about the worst, but I'll also be talking about the best. So I'll be talking about some great and some bad Stikbot Show episodes. Oh yeah, and one more thing. The way I'll be doing this ranking is I'll be doing top 5 worst, top 5 best, top 4 worst, top 5 best, and so on and so forth. Well, without further ado, let's get to the list. Number 5. The one with Dan TDM. Now look, I'm just mainly putting this one here for my disappointment. I remember when this came out 5 years ago, and I was so hyped up because one of my two favorite things just came together, Stikbots and Minecraft. But then when I watched the video, they're just using a random voice that doesn't even say words. So yeah, I mainly just put this one here because I was super disappointed. Like, come on. The one positive about this video is that I really like the Minecraft setting. I think it was done pretty well. Oh yeah, and there's also a poo joke. That's just not funny. Number 5, the one with Indominus Rex. Wow, I do not know how to say that word. Now look, you all know why this is here. This was the very first episode of the Stikbot Show, and that's the main reason why it's here. Despite it almost being 8 years old, I still think it holds up fairly well. While making this video, it's kind of cool going back and seeing like how it was back then, and I just gotta say, like, the frame rate was like 30 frames per second, and like, it's very choppy, but that's probably because they had to fill a bunch of voice lines. They definitely improved later down the line. It's also cool seeing how they did Bop 0.0 back then. And I still think this has like the same charm as all the other Stikbot Show episodes, just that it was the first one. And it still was hilarious as always. Now the part with the dinosaur was just I don't know how to explain it. So yeah, overall, I think that was a pretty good start to the entire series. Fourth worst, the Stikbot Show Morning Edition Episode 1. Now, yes, I know this video has been hated on way too much in my opinion. But it's not that it wasn't bad, it's just that people were disappointed. It'd been almost a year and a half since the last Stikbot Show. Which, by the way, it's been a year and a half since the last Stikbot Show Morning Edition. It's almost been 2 years. Wow. But honestly, the main criticism with this one isn't that the fact that the jokes are bad. It's not that nothing happens. It's not that it was too short. In my personal opinion, the worst part of the episode was the fact that not 50% of the video was their own. Now, I'm incredibly grateful for this video because it was the first time that my video has ever gone on the Stikbot Central channel, but they didn't cut down the video, and they also showed Stikbot Films' video, and they didn't cut down the video, which ended up being more than 2 minutes and 40 seconds. The video itself is 3 minutes and 20 seconds long. That is insane. And that's the biggest problem with it. Most of the video wasn't even their own. Well, besides that, I think the rest of the video is actually kind of funny. Like, I laugh at it because it was so bad, like the jokes are so bad. It's just funny. Well, I do think the episodes after the Stikbot Show Morning Edition was really well done. But it is sad that they canceled it. But I guess it makes sense. Number 4th best, the Stikbot Show, the one with Iron Man. Now this one's actually kind of iconic, not only because it has like a lot of views, but also because it's the main Stikbot Show footage, clip, whatever you call it, that was used in the Stikbot Central trailer. And this was actually the first piece of Stikbot media that I ever watched. And I think that's for a good reason. Not only was the Bot segment like pretty good, like they had like lots of jokes and stuff, and they chose like a lot of good videos, but the interview segment was actually like really well done. It was basically just a run-on joke about how Stikbot gets hurt all the time, and then Iron Man literally makes a bot that kills them, and then Iron Man destroys it and says that they saved the day. Now this might seem like kind of like a ridiculous sort of joke, but I thought it worked very well. So I just like this video just because it's like nice and simple and there's a lot of great jokes in it. Not much else to say. Third worst, the one with FNAF. Now, I understand that this is the most popular Stikbot Show episode ever with almost 2 million views, but I don't really like it that much. Now personally, I'm a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan. I've made 2 videos on it and I just really like the games. But the problem with the Stikbot Show one is that it's just not that good. The FNAF animatronics just come out of nowhere, and then they just start singing, and then the lights go out, and then Stikbot kills Bob, and that's literally it. But the positive of this video is that the Bot segment, very good like always. I think basically every single Bot segment's good. It's just so cool seeing other people's Stikbot videos, which is why I really like that they made the Stikbot Spotlight, just because it's just really great, because it showcases lots of Stiktubers videos. And it's just awesome. But the interview segment on FNAF Stikbot Show edition, just no. Number 3 best, the Stikbot Show Teen Titans Go. Now I know what you're gonna say. The show is terrible. Yes, I understand that. But this Stikbot Show was hilarious. The main premise of it was them reading their mean comments, and I just thought that was so hilarious. See, the main reason why this is so high up is because this was near the end of the Stikbot Show when it lost a lot of its humor. Because the funniest part about the Stikbot Show before was that it would make a bunch of jokes railing to internet references, and that's kind of what they did here. They spent pretty much most of the video just mocking the Teen Titans Go franchise, and I just think that's very funny. Now, the one issue with the video is that it's a little bit too short for my liking. Maybe like an extra minute could have done a little bit more, but overall, it was good. Number 2 worst, the Stikbot Show, the one with Benny and Stryker from Off the Grid. Now, it just felt mean-spirited. Now, I understand that I praised the Teen Titans Go episode because of the humorous, but that's because it's Teen Titans Go. It's funny. No one really likes the show, so it's fun when you make fun of it. But this was just straight up just mean. Like, first of all, this was the round of time of Off the Grid Season 5 with Nightmare Realm and, like, Benny and stuff. So what Stikbot did in this episode? Well, first of all, they put Raptus's head as the DJ with X's on its head, which already felt mean, and then they brought in Benny and then just tortured Stryker. Now, I might be placing this a little bit too high, but that's just because when this first came out, it made me so mad that I stopped watching the Stikbot Show for a while. And I can understand why. It's just a mean episode. Number 2 best, the one with the new set. Now, I understand, why am I putting this one up so high? Because there isn't any interviews, and the actual animation portion of the video is very short. But this video was genius. Basically, the plot of the video is that Stikbot breaks their back, and then they get rushed to the hospital, and then Stikbot's freaking out because they have a show that they have to get to. And then they have surgery, and then it's like, so much time passes. And then the video ends with a sort of cliffhanger where it's like, what happened to Stikbot? What do they look like? What do they look like under the bandages? And that's why I like this video so much, is that it has a perfect story. Now, the main reason why this was done is for the video that I'm going to talk about at the number 1 best, which I'll get to right after the number 1 worst. Number 1 worst. Sing along with the Incredibles. Do I even have to explain why this is the worst one? Like, out of all of them, it's just so silly. They spend most of the video just singing a silly song, and then Stikbot gets pulled over by the police, and then Stikbot gets in trouble, and then they get pulled out of the car, and then it just cuts back to the studio stage, and we just barely get any closure on that, and then they just play this silly game, and it just makes no sense. Now, I'm personally the one that's like actually a fan of the random segments on the later Stikbot Show episodes, but this one was just like bad. It wasn't even funny. It was just randomness. It's just the video just annoys me too much. The only one positive is that there's a cool animation effect, and that's literally it. And then there's just this weird ending. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's just so random. Number 1 best, the one with the new makeover. Now, I understand that people weren't a fan of the Stikbot Show after Animation Eddie left. And I totally understand that, because the show kinda just didn't feel the same afterwards. But this episode was hilarious. Basically, it's a part 2 to the one that I put at number 2 best, the one with the new set. Basically, Stikbot gets injured, and we finally get revealed what they look like. And I don't like really know how to explain this video, but like, the video wasn't like it was hilarious, obviously, but it was also sad. Like, we see Stikbot go for this drastic change, and they get scared of how their fans will react, and then the video ends lightheartedly with everyone accepting Stikbot's new look. And that's the main reason I like this video, just because it just has a happy ending. It's just very, very, very good. Because in part 1, everyone was scared about what will happen with Stikbot, and then in part 2, we see Stikbot's new look, and we see that no one really cares how Stikbot looks. Now, of course, after this, the show kind of goes downhill with one good episode in the mix, but this episode, easily my favorite one. Well, that was my list. What do you think of it? I know people probably won't like it because I put certain ones higher than other ones, and for the worst, some people might not like that. But you have to remember, it's difficult to rank a show like this. But overall, I think the Stikbot Show was a great Stikbot Central show. It is sad that it's ended, and I don't think it's coming back, but I don't think that really matters. I don't think that the Stikbot team now should be forced to go back on a show that they didn't really have much to do with. Instead, they should focus on the new shows like Minute Crafts and Sing Tanica and Stikbot Legends. While the Stikbot Show Morning Edition did end abruptly, I gotta say, I think they actually did like a really good job with it. I know the first one was not good and people didn't like it, but like the later ones I actually thought were really good. Like, it has more of a story aspect, which you can clearly tell with the list I made, that I really like the story-centered videos. But yeah, my next video will be about ranking the Stikbot murder mysteries. Alright, bye!